let me ask you a very simple question. Where has the path of least resistance taken you in your life? If you don't know me, my name is Gus Olson. I've been meeting and flirting with women in real life for 11 years. And guys often come to me with their dating problems. And I usually ask them, okay, so what have you tried before? And what they usually tell me is this. Most guys start with social circle. They try to date someone from their immediate circle because it's just the most convenient and the most comfortable. If that doesn't work out, usually the second option is downloading apps. Now, if that doesn't work, then things start to get a bit difficult. Some guys try to go to some meetup events, some guys try nightclubs, bars, and some guys reach the point where they need to go to some specific dating events and matchmaking events. And if that doesn't work, as a last resort, some guys turn to real life approaches. The reason that's happening is, again, most people start with the path of least resistance, which is dating people from the social circle. And then as that option doesn't work out, you go to an option with more resistance. And in the end, you end up with real life approaches, which is arguably with the most amount of resistance. And in this video, I want to talk about why this is such a bad strategy to use to start with the path of least resistance. And if you continue doing that, it's going to give you a very miserable dating life. So I want to actually talk about and give you some few examples of what happens when you do the path of least resistance. So let's start with dating people that you know from the social circle of your friends. I know many people from my high school. They were friends in high school, they started dating and they married each other. In all honesty, I'm not trying to judge, but when I look at their dating lives, when I look at their relationships, they don't seem very exciting. It just seems that they sort of married each other because it was the most convenient. None of them really dated and seeked and explored what they really like and developed their lives in a unique way. They just sort of married each other, married friends. If it truly gave them a really exciting dating life, that would be fine. But usually these relationships, they don't seem very exciting. They just seem convenient. And what ends up happening is you marry very young, 22, 23, and then at 35, you get divorced because you didn't really know what you wanted in your 20s. You hadn't really developed your personality in your 20s, and you probably weren't the best fit. So that is usually not the best way. Now let's talk about the second way, dating apps. So yes, dating apps is very easy. All you gotta do is just put on some pictures and write in a simple bio, and all you gotta do, you can just swipe. You can swipe from your bed, you can swipe from your bathroom, you can sit on your toilet and swipe. But what do you get in return? Well, what most people get in return is absolutely nothing but frustration. First of all, you're just sitting hours swiping. That in itself is super frustrating. It's just boring. You're with your screen swiping. Then you get some matches. Then you start getting ghosted. You're seeing all these women, but you cannot interact with them. And then the matches you get and the women that you see, you cannot meet them because they're not texting you back. And some of the girls that do text you back, they never end up dating you. So there's a lot of frustration. And in the end, you're spending all of this time, all this attention, all of your mental energy onto something that's giving you very little results. Or even worse, you just get like negative emotions. So clearly the path of least resistance usually doesn't work. And the thing is that you can go through these paths and discover this frustration for yourself. But what I encourage you is, why do you start with the path of least resistance if you know deep down inside it's not going to solve your real issues? If it's really not going to give you the exciting, adventurous dating life that you want? Because ask yourself, what do you really want? What do most guys deep down, what do they want? They want adventure, they want excitement, they want options, they want abundance. You're not gonna get these things when you take the path of least resistance. You only get these things when you choose the hard path, the path of most resistance, which in this case is real life approaches. Because yes, in the beginning, it is extremely difficult. You go out there, you don't want to talk to anyone, you don't know what to say. When you try to approach, you get rejected, it crushes your ego, it crushes your self-esteem, but then you come back and then you continue doing it day after day after day. You get better. And lo and behold, you start developing more confidence because you're able to go through these experiences and still come out strong. You start to develop social skills because in order to succeed in this, you just naturally have to do that, right? Like you have to level up your social skills. You're having these interactions, you're talking, flirting with women. You get in a much better mood because you're literally talking to people in real life. So all of these things start adding up. And then suddenly you start getting dates with women that you like, the women that you choose. Because again, what happens a lot of times on the dating apps or social circle or any other source is that a lot of guys say, well, I can date some girls, but not really the ones that I like. So what is really the point of dating someone that you don't like? Tell me. And the only way you can date someone that you like is if you're the one who's choosing, if you're the one who is proactive. And this is the only way really where you can be truly proactive. So this is how you actually build your dream dating life. This is it. This is the blueprint. It's a very simple solution. The only problem is that you need to decide to take the path of most resistance because it is gonna be challenging. It is gonna give you that resistance. You will not wanna do it. So you do have to go against your instincts. But let me ask you this. Do you wanna go against your instincts and have a life that you're happy to live? Or you wanna stick with your instincts, stay in your comfort zone, and just live a average or miserable dating life and life as a consequence? But you cannot choose both. You cannot have a path of least resistance and then have this amazing, abundant dating life. It doesn't work like that. And you might be saying, yeah, but not many people choose this path of least resistance because I don't know many guys who do real life approaches. That is true, but what is also true is that most guys don't have exciting dating lives. So if you want to be one of those guys, you do have to do something exceptional. You do have to take and do something that most people don't do. So take the path of most resistance in order to live your dream dating life. And ultimately, if you want to take the path of most resistance, but have been unable to do so, you do need to be honest with yourself with the fact that you might need to get feedback, you might need to get help. And that is another layer of resistance, seeking for help, asking for feedback. But if you know truly this is what you want to do, and you also know that you haven't been able to reach this stage on your own or reach this dating life on your own or start doing this on your own, you will need some help. And if you're ready to take that path of resistance, which is even higher, but it's also going to give you the ability to get the dating life that you want, because more resistance means more reward, then I would encourage you to explore my mentorship page. I work with students all over the world, just like yourself, shy, introverted, technical students. Some of them have never done real life approaches. Some of them have tried and failed, but pretty much everyone that comes in, works with me, takes massive amounts of action. All of them are getting their first dates ever from real life approaching and having a successful dating lives. And not only that, improving their confidence, flirting abilities, and their overall happiness. If you're interested, check down the first link in the description. And remember, the path of most resistance is the true path.